Who has embossing powders? This video is for you. I'm going to show you several different ways to use your embossing powders other than just sprinkling on your embossing powder and heat setting. So let's get right to it. Alrighty, before we get started, let me show you my embossing powders. These are all WOW embossing powders. I store them in a mini drawer organizer from Organize More, and I swatched the lids after seeing a video my friend Ingrid did, and I'll be sure to link to her video below in the description for you if you want to check it out. I also have little cheat sheets on some stickies that I just stuck in there that basically explain the coating of the bottle so I don't have to think like pearlescent, opaque, translucent, etc. So all that I just transferred to a sticky note and stuck it in there too. All right, I'm going to refill my ink pad. The WOW refill is amazing. It's a roller ball. No squeezing ink out of a little refill tube and smushing it around. It's just a roller ball. It goes on very, very easily. I want to make sure my ink pad is good and juicy. I've got a piece of wood grain cardstock, so it's very textured. So I'm going to go ahead and press my ink pad into that card panel there. I'm doing a little jiggy just to make sure it gets all in the nooks and crannies of that wood grain there. And having the color swatched on the lid itself really took no time at all. And I liked her idea. Otherwise, I probably would have gone in and swatched it on a dot and cut it out and all that stuff. This made it go by very quickly. And then I can reach for the colors that I like, especially when I have so many different embossing powders. Some are chunky, some aren't, some have glitter, some don't. So it's really good to see what the actual colors are and the textures by embossing them right onto the lid. So I'm just adding different colors, as you can see, in rainbow order. And then I just funnel each color in, back into the jar, go one by one. Got a pretty little rainbow there, and because I used a wood grain card panel, it's really super cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and dry that with my WOW heat tool. It's a dual speed heat tool, and I'm using the setting 2, which is for heat embossing, and setting 1 is for drying your watercolored panels and things like that. So I love it's a 2-in-1, one tool, I'm good to go. And then I just finished out this card with some things I had lying around. The beautiful silhouette image is from my Cricut, and the sentiment is from my magic mug, of course. I always have preset sentiments ready to go. So next up is Selective Embossing. So I'm going to take this stamp from Catherine Pooler, ink it up with the WOW embossing pad. I'm going to use that the whole video. Then I've got this little Baron that I got. It's for printers, but it's a great thing to press my cardstock onto my stamp to make sure I get good coverage. I'll be sure to link to everything I'm using, including the colors of the powders and the stamp sets, etc., in the description below for you. Then I'll do some selective embossing. So I'm just sprinkling on a little of this color, funnel it back in, you know the drill. Then I'll go in with another color, and again, because I've got the lid swatched, it really makes it easy. I can't believe I didn't think of doing this before. I really can't. So thank you, Ingrid. And then I'll go in with this final color. And obviously anywhere that the embossing ink is on your card is where the embossing powder is going to stick. I'll give that a good heat set there. And then I've got this multicolored, beautiful embossed background here. So you can pick and choose where you want your colors to go just by doing it this way. And I think you get a really unique background here. And here's a look at this finished card. And the word celebrate, we're going to get into that in just a minute here in the video. So hang tight with me. All right, moving on to the next way to use your embossing powders. It's raised embossing. Now I've seen a lot of people do this with smaller images to create their own like embellishments, if you will, or almost the look of metal on your card base. I decided to take this stamp from Penny Black. I am inking it up with the WOW embossing ink. I am using my Misty stamping tool because I need perfect placement every time. Since it's a rubber stamp, I did remove that foam insert there before putting my card panel down in the right hand corner. So after the image is inked up with the embossing ink, I'm going to sprinkle on some embossing powder, and then I will heat set it, again using setting 2 with the WOW gun here. And I just like to watch heat embossing. I like to watch the powder melt. Never forget back in the days when I can impress my son, who's now 14, he thought this was like magic. He's not so easily impressed anymore, but I still like to watch it. So this is why I'm using my Misty. I need perfect placement every time. I'm just going to re-ink that stamp with the embossing ink, press down, so all the embossing ink is sitting on top of the embossed image, so I can sprinkle on more powder, heat set it, so forth and so on. And you can do this as many times as you want, and every time you heat set, the image gets a little higher and higher which is why I call this raised embossing, heat embossing. So it's really cool. I am losing some detail of the stamp because I'm constantly heat embossing over and over again, but I'll show you how I'm going to fix that in just a second. Before I do, go ahead and click that subscribe button below and also click on that notification bell to be notified each week every time I upload a new video. I would so appreciate it. So I think I do this with this same color 5 times. So it's really raised. It's hard to capture on the video, but the image is very much raised and very pretty. But again, I did lose some detail of the flower. So let me show you how I'm going to fix that. You probably can figure it out. I'm just going to change the color of the embossing powder. So I'm going to go ahead and let me show you how it's raised. I hope you can pick that up on the camera there. There I am using that little sweeper brush that I thought was so silly, but I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up again with the embossing ink. This time I'm going to take a black color embossing powder, any darker color, and I'm just sprinkling it, doing a little selective embossing here and there. I don't want it covering the whole image, or what was the point in this. So I went ahead, and you do need to use a darker image than the embossing powder that you've already laid down. So you'll really pick up the details of that. And then it just added the detail back to the stamp, and I think it's quite pretty. Now all that pink and all that stuff, we're going to go over that in just a second on how I got that with the embossing powder. But look at the different textures of the embossing powder and how it created that marbleized look. And it's raised, so it's really, really fun. All right, dipped embossing, that's how I did the Celebrate that you saw on the earlier card on that plaid background. So all I did was take some removable adhesive, and I'm adding it to the bottom back of my word die. I reached into the trash, got this little postcard from our vet out of the trash to use it to kind of hold it in, in place and whatnot. And then I'm just smushing a little bit of that embossing ink on the bottom of the word. Then I'm going to go in, sprinkle on some embossing powder, and heat set it. I decided to add 2 colors, so I'm going to go in with the pink, and then I'm going to go back in with the yellow and heat set that. And then you get a beautiful dipped look. I've seen a lot of people do gold dipped, which is pretty. I wanted some color because I just love using really bright, fun party colors. So to add that second color, again, I just selectively press my ink pad here and there, and then I'll go in and add the yellow, heat set it, and then I get that pretty dipped look. Now you can take the top part, if you didn't want to keep it white, you could make that a totally different color and get a very pretty multicolored sentiment strip, but I wanted to keep a little white in my card design here. So here's that little dipped look, and here's another look-see at it on the finished card. I just flicked on some white paint to just tie the white in with the whole entire card, and that's this one. So if you want to get your own DIY glitter paper, you can use embossing powder for that. Taking the embossing pad, I'm just inking around the edges of the card. I don't need to waste all my ink and powder on the inside because I'm going to, or the middle, because I'm going to cover it up. This is Wanderlust from Catherine Pooler. It's so stinking pretty, and it sells out all the time. So I hope when I post this video, there is some in stock if you want to check it out. But I'm just sprinkling that on there and then heating it with my heat gun, and the look that is left. First of all, let's ooh and ah as we watch the embossing powder melt. Yes, yes. And then you've got this beautiful DIY glitter paper, and it will pick up all the whatever color cardstock you're using. So I just applied this card panel to that, and look at the sparkle. So look at the sparkled border there, and the selective heat embossed plaid background and the die cut. I mean, it all just works together. All works together. So that's 1, 2, 3 different embossing powder techniques on this one card. Did you know that you can emboss with water? Well, that's how we're getting all the pink and all the stuff that I showed you, a little sneak it of the card earlier in the video. So I'm going to go ahead and flick on a whole bunch of water. I did not consult my little cheat sheet, by the way, on this powder, so I thought this was going to be hot pink, but as it was drying translucent, which means it's picking up the color underneath, so it's see-through. So I stopped what I was doing and then added an opaque embossing powder, which is no see-through. Opaque is no see-through, translucent is see-through. I'm sure you know that. But anyway, so I had to switch it up. And so here I am. So it's stuck to the water again. When you're heat embossing with water, it does take probably 4 times as long to heat set. Just know that. So heat from the back side, heat from the front side. It is going to take longer because it's water you're using, not embossing ink, which is sticky. But it does work. So you can heat emboss with water, people. And everybody's got some H2O, I'm telling you. So embossing powders, different ways to use them other than just sprinkling them on some embossing ink and heat setting. You can mix and match, you can emboss with water, you can do selective coloring, you can do dipping, you can do your own glitter paper. There's a lot you can do with embossing powders. So if you've got them, pull them out, take them out for a test drive. I've got another video right below. Click on it, and this shows you other ways that you can do some heat embossing. I've got lots of fun heat embossing techniques, so be sure to check that video out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week for my next video. Bye!